Welcome to the Crisler Center in Ann Arbor, Michigan for the season opener of the Michigan Wolverines men's basketball team. I'm Teddy Gutkin along with Max Brill. And Max, obviously this is a young Michigan team. They've got 6 freshmen, lost the Big Ten tournament most outstanding player Derek Walton Jr. and DJ Wilson. What do they need to do this year to have a successful season?
Well, you know, Teddy, I think for any team that loses a key player, you got to look at chemistry first. And this is a Michigan team that has lost a couple of graduates. Obviously, whenever you look at a young team, you want to make sure that they have chemistry early in the season, because I think for a team, especially in college basketball, chemistry is one of the first things you want to have on the court. And you can fix fundamental errors, mental mistakes. You can't teach chemistry between guys. And so I think that, especially against a North Florida team that isn't a particularly staunch opponent, I think that's something you want to see this team working on, especially early in the season against a non-Big Ten opponent.
They did lose 98-66 against Michigan State last night, but I don't think that tells the whole story for this North Florida team. They hit 11 three-pointers, had 9 steals, and limited the Spartans to a 25% three-point field goal percentage. I don't think this is going to be as easy a game as people are expecting it to be.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely have a point there, especially whenever any team comes up with 9 steals in a game and drains 11 threes. That's kind of the direction we're seeing college basketball going with these run-and-gun teams. And when you come up against one of these teams, regardless of your team's strength, if they get hot at the right time, you know you're going to be in for a long night.
Without further ado, let's meet tonight's starters.
Let's do it.
At the guards for North Florida, we're going to have Yvonne Gandia-Rosa and JT Escobar. And the forwards will be Garrett Sams, Wajid Aminu, and Noah Horkler.
Right, and for Michigan, we will have Charles Matthews, the junior, starting guard, as well as Xavier Simpson, the sophomore. Duncan Robinson and Mo Wagner will bring up the forwards, and Abdul Rahman, another guard for this Michigan team, and he's really one of the key difference makers for this team. I think you're going to want to see Abdul Rahman taking control of this offense early in the game and kind of running with it from there.
Absolutely, and I think another player you got to keep an eye on tonight is the point guard Xavier Simpson. Michigan lost Derek Walton Jr., who ran this offense with incredible precision for the last 4 years. They're going to need somebody they're handing over the keys to the offense. Somebody who hasn't seen a lot of action. He's really going to need to come up big this season if Michigan wants to make it back to the Sweet 16.
Yeah, completely agreed. And I think, you know, the Big Ten is arguably the most powerful conference right now with college basketball, definitely in the conversation. And Michigan did win the Big Ten tournament last year. They got an auto bid as the 8th seed in the conference tournament. I don't know if that's going to be able to happen again this year. So you're going to want to see Michigan, in order to take a more commanding lead heading into the, you know, later parts of the season, winning these important early games.
Absolutely. Wins even early in the season can do so much for a team's confidence. They need to get off to the season on the right foot.
Completely agreed. We're a couple minutes away from tip here. The team's breaking their huddles now, and as I mentioned before, for Michigan, it'll be Matthews, Simpson, Abdul Rahman, Wagner, and Robinson. And for North Florida, we're going to have Gandia-Rosa, Escobar, Sims, Aminu, and Horkler as the starting 5.
Gandia-Rosa is a guy you really want to keep an eye on tonight. Against Michigan State, he had 19 points, 3 rebounds, 5 assists, and also came up with 2 steals. He's the floor general for this team, one of their best shot creators. Wolverines are definitely going to contain him tonight.
Yeah, and Wajid Aminu as well. 10 points, 7 boards, almost posting a double-double in the first game of the season against Michigan State, who is a top 5 consensus team nationally. So North Florida, second part of a back-to-back. We're just seconds away from tip-off, and we'll see if Michigan can pull this one out.
And Michigan wins the tip, and the 2017-2018 season is underway here at Crisler Center. Bringing the ball across the timeline is Xavier Simpson, and he swings to Robinson. Now Simpson gets it back. Simpson back to Robinson. Robinson fakes a pass to Rahman, gives it to Simpson. Simpson to Matthews. Now Simpson's got it back. Lots of passing early on as Matthews takes one dribble, pull-up jumper, rattles it home.
And there we go, 1 for 1 for Michigan. It's the start you want to see.
Absolutely, and Matthews, of course, the transfer from Kentucky. Beeline has said in multiple interviews that he expects him to have a huge role for this team this year. Now on the other end, we have Gandia-Rosa working with it. Throwing a lob up top to Aminu, and he lays it in. Porous defense inside by the Wolverines. You can't let up a pass like that. Matthews for three. Off was Rockman with the pass. Couldn't knock it down halfway through. Now it's Aminu driving baseline. Kicks it out to Gandia Rosa. Gandia Rosa gives it inside. And Wagner is able to cut off, I believe that was Horkler. And we have an offensive foul.
And that's the kind of energy you want to see Michigan bringing in the beginning. A little defense creating some offense here, able to force the turnover, and they'll head the other way. Now, obviously, you saw in the last possession, Michigan missing the three-pointer. Can't lose your confidence early, especially after the nice turnaround jumper to begin the game. You want to make sure your guys keep firing from long range.
Back on the offensive end, Abdul Rahman's got it, kicks it out to Robinson. Robinson's pressured by Gandia Rosa, but gives it to Simpson. Simpson's got it after a pass from Wagner. Inside, Simpson to Wagner, throws it down! He's going to be a huge piece for this team, and it's great to see him get his first basket of the season right there.
Yeah, and Michigan now in a 2-3 defense.
Horkler's got it, top of the key, swings it. Sam's on the drive. Horkler's shot is off, rebounded by Robinson. Not known as a defensive player, but he's had a great couple sequences on the defensive side.
Yeah, Michigan definitely has come out with the kind of firepower you want to see from a young team.
Absolutely. Speaking of young guys, here's Xavier Simpson giving it inside to Matthews. Pass is knocked away. And now the Ospreys will run it. Pull-up three from Gandia Rosa is off and out of bounds. Michigan will take over. We said Gandia Rosa is one of their top shot creators. They've got to stay up on him from beyond the arc.
Yeah, I think definitely keeping Gandia Rosa in check today will be one of the keys. He was their points leader against Michigan State. And as you can see here, firing away. So they're definitely North Florida, that is, still looking to get him involved.
Wagner's got a mismatch to see if he takes him. Instead, he kicks it out to Simpson. Simpson fakes, kicks it out. Robinson fakes for three. It's good. Duncan Robinson from deep.
7-2 Michigan leads after just 2.5 minutes here at the Crisler Center.
Gandia Rosa's got it from the left wing. Now Aminu has it. On the drive, and it's good for JT Escobar, 7-4.
Yeah, nice move there by Escobar going to his left and penetrating that Michigan defense.
Not much Simpson could do about that there. That was great defense. Now back on offense. Simpson's got it after a pass from Rockman. Now he gives it back to Rockman. Simpson fakes pass to Robinson. Rockman has it. One dribble, gives it to Simpson. Great ball movement by the Wolverines as Wagner's got it. He's doubled and he's fouled.
And Wagner clearly not happy with the contact there down low, voicing his displeasure with the referees.
That's also something that Wagner needs to work on as the season progresses. Last year he was a little bit shy in terms of going hard in the post. He's got to realize that he's a lot stronger than most of the guys on the floor. He can't be afraid to take some contact to get inside. So Robinson misses the jumper. Gandia Rosa with a beautiful bounce pass inside and a layup by Horkler to cut the lead to 7-6. Not a great sequence there for the Wolverines on defense.
Yeah, and these Ospreys have now cut the Michigan lead down to 1 point. It's 7-6 here.
Now the Wolverines have it on offense as Matthews gives it up to Robinson. He's on the drive and gives it to Wagner. Wagner fakes a pass to Robinson. Layup in the lane is off and rebounded by Aminu. Aminu's forward, but he's bringing up the ball and gives it to Noah Horkler. Inside feed to Aminu, and we've got a whistle and a travel against Aminu.
Again there, you're seeing Michigan force these turnovers. That's the second of the game for the Ospreys, and 2 turnovers in 4 minutes is definitely not a pace you want to see if you're an Ospreys fan. But for Michigan, definitely a good sign.
Absolutely, but they need to hold on to the ball too. They've had a couple lackadaisical offensive possessions the last couple trips down. Simpson firing for 3. That's not a shot. Matthews with the slam, and it's off the rim. Looked like he had a tip slam for a moment, but it bounced off. And now the Ospreys will run a chance to take the lead for the first time tonight. It'll be Gandia Rosa working from the left wing, giving it inside to Aminu. Aminu, huge mismatch against Simpson, but he misses the hook, rebounded by Abdul Rahman. Great stand by Simpson. Now it's across the timeline as Abdul Rahman passes to Xavier Simpson.
Yeah, and Michigan now in a little bit of an offensive drought. They have no points in the past 2 minutes and change, and they're another turnover for them. So still on an offensive drought. We'll see if they can create some offense on defense once again.
Absolutely. Sloppy play on both ends of the ball for both teams. 7-6 at the 14:56 mark. We still haven't gotten to our first TV timeout. As Aminu spins inside, gives to Horkler. Horkler layup is good, and suddenly North Florida has a lead.
Yeah, Michigan's lead has evaporated quickly. I mean, that'll happen to you when you can't score. Still no points in their last 2 minutes and 40 seconds. They're 0 of their last 4 from the field. Wagner taking the shot from the baseline, and he ends that drought real quick. Michigan now up 9-8.
That's something we're going to see a lot of as the season progresses. Wagner's the best offensive player on this Wolverines team. Look for them to force the ball to him on the wing early and often. Horkler not known as a three-point shooter. Wagner plays off. Now it's Gandea Rosa with it. Fires for 3, and the ball's knocked away. Simpson looking to run. Matthews on the drive, takes the contact, no call. Misses the wild runner. Pardon me, Sams has it, and it's stolen by Robinson. Off to the races. Robinson, the lob. Matthews missed the dunk. Second time he's missed the jam today. Wolverines will still look to capitalize here. Wagner wide open for 3, and that's off. They can't keep wasting these opportunities.
Yeah, they're 1 of their last 7 from the field. Wagner missing that last 3-pointer, and he was the one who made their only shot of the last 7. It's good that they're getting as many shot attempts off as they are and still only leading by 1. It's a good sign. They have the opportunities offensively, but you got to start knocking down shots.
3-ball for the Ospreys is good. And JT Escobar gives the Ospreys an 11-9 lead. And all of a sudden, the Ospreys are on a 9-2 run.
Yeah, Escobar draining 2 of the Ospreys' 11 threes against Michigan State and showing his 3-point prowess there.
Matthews, jump shot is off. Wagner tried to fight for the rebound, but Aminu gains position. Aminu running it himself, kicks it out. Escobar's cut off immediately by Abdul Rahman. And now Gandea Rosa is getting a screen from Aminu and a look to set the offense up. On the drive is Gandea Rosa. Banks it in, and he's fouled. And we'll have a timeout on the floor, but the Ospreys lead 13-9 here at Crisler Center and a chance to extend it at the line when we come back.
Yeah, and the Ospreys definitely playing as well as they could have imagined coming into this game after getting absolutely destroyed by Michigan State yesterday. They lost by 32. They're leading Michigan now by 4, almost 8 minutes into the first half, and really not a good start here for Michigan. That said, they have not been shooting well, Michigan. They were on an 0-for-4 run earlier, now on a 1-for-9 shooting run. You got to start knocking down shots, and especially shots in the paint. You mentioned they've missed 2 dunks so far here early.
And I'm all about having a fancy finish, but 2 points is the same if you get a layup. I don't know why Robinson didn't just go for the lay, and he didn't need to lob it up for Matthews. And even if you're going to give it to Matthews, a simple pass is going to work. We're not trying to get on SportsCenter here. We're trying to win a game.
Yeah,
they're trying to win a game.
I mean, completely agreed. I think Michigan, one of the keys for them is to convert those high percentage shots, something they haven't done so far. And, you know, those 2 missed dunks, that's the difference in the game right now. It's 13-9. It would be 13 apiece had those fallen.
And don't get me wrong, I'm not criticizing the attempted tip slam because that's a pretty hard play to convert. But the alley-oop in transition, that's a play Matthews has to make, especially as a guy who a lot of people think is going to be a top offensive option for the Wolverines going forward.
Agreed. And this is a Michigan team we saw average 75 points a game in 2016, 2017. That's not the offensive pace we're seeing from them right now.
I know a lot of times when a team wins a Super Bowl, they come out a little bit sluggish on opening night. Of course, Michigan raised the banner tonight. They're having a bit of a Big Ten championship hangover, it seems.
Yeah, I mean, I would have to agree. It's still early here. I mean, far too early, in my opinion, to make any broad stroke claims as to whether or not a Big Ten championship hangover could possibly affect them. But I do definitely think that we're seeing this team come out a little more sluggish than usual on offense.
Absolutely. But, of course, basketball is a game of runs, and Michigan has plenty of time to make the steps sit up.
Yeah, agreed. I think that, I mean, I mentioned it before. They're 1 of their last 9 shooting. you know, I don't think any team realistically is going to shoot 11% from the field. So if we see them average towards the mean, hopefully they'll be able to knock in some more points. And really, they're not shooting well from long range.
We saw that against Michigan State. They only made 25% of their three-pointers.
Yeah.
This is a very underrated team defending the three-point line.
Yeah. All right, so it'll be Ivan Gondea-Rosa looking to convert the second part of his and one.
He's a sensational free throw shooter. The Wolverines should be expecting a make here. Be ready to box out as well. One of the more consistent shooters in his conference. Knocks that one through.
Checking in for the Ospreys, number 20.
And we'll have a sub here for the North Florida Ospreys.
It'll be Brian Coffey II. And we've got a sub for the Wolverines too. It's Teske Simmons, the MAAC Player of the Year for Ohio last year. Beeline can't stop raving about this kid. He thinks he's going to be an incredible piece for this Wolverines team.
And I think whenever you get a player from kind of a lesser conference in college basketball who's recognized as such a top talent, Player of the Year in his conference, as Wagner converts.
Now they're calling it a travel.
Yeah, they called a travel there.
Wagner clearly not happy with the call.
Yeah, but as I was saying,
like
whenever you get a top player from another conference, it's always a question of how they're going to convert to a more consistently higher level of play.
I think it'll definitely be an adjustment, but I believe he averaged around 20 points a game last year, so we know he can compete with some really high-quality teams. As North Florida just missed 3 bunnies in a row, and Abdur Rahman's going to push the pace.
Yeah, that was Trip Day, missing 3 shots from maybe 5 feet out in a row. Definitely a lucky break there for Michigan.
Wagner with a quick pass. Simmons for 3. Off, and Wagner can't handle the rebound. He's got to improve his effort on the offensive glass. Too many times last year we saw him fail to corral some big offensive rebounds. Had a great chance to haul that one in and couldn't get his hands on it. Now Coffey's got it. He's guarded by Simmons. Coffey gets a screen. Pass inside. Trip Day swings it to Aminu. Now on the drive is Garrett Sams, and he floats it up and in. Michigan's down 16-9. And they need to wake up, and they need to wake up quick.
And Michigan, again, no points in the last 3 minutes and 12 seconds.
And they've missed their last 5 shots, too.
Not looking good for this Michigan offense so far.
So not getting it.
And another turnover there for Michigan.
Another turnover. E.B. Watson's getting ready to check in for the Wolverines after this timeout.
And 3 more shots in close missed by North Florida.
And it will be Michigan basketball.
Media timeout on the floor.
We have another media timeout.
And, yeah, North Florida really doing everything right so far. It helps when Michigan is on a 3-minute and 42-second scoreless run of their last 5 field goals. But over the last 6 minutes, 21 seconds, UNF is on a 14-2 run. And over the last 2.5 minutes, they're on an 8-0 run. Really just not looking good offensively for the Wolverines. It seems that after their hot start, they can't score.
Absolutely. And if you're John Beeline, what are you saying to your team right now in the huddle?
I mean, I think you have to go back to fundamentals. You see these guys obviously putting in their best effort here on offense. The 2 missed dunks kind of seem to be the momentum shift here.
100% agree.
2 great offensive opportunities that they could not convert, and now they've just gone ice cold from the field. You're going to want to see ball movement down low. They had some good ball movement earlier on in the game. And if they can get moving the ball and get open looks, I think you definitely have a chance of seeing some increased offensive efficiency for the Wolverines.
Let's go back to the missed dunks for a minute. As a fan, just hit a 3 in a shooting contest. But I've noticed with Matthews, ever since he missed those 2 dunks, he's been scared to take some open shots.
Yeah, and that's definitely not what you want to see from one of your starters and team leaders. You know, Matthews has not seen any time on the bench so far. I don't expect that he'll come out after this timeout, and I think whenever you have something like that, you just want to see them keep shooting, keep being aggressive, just shoot out of the slump.
100% agree. And speaking of shooting, I think they've got to space the floor a little bit more and get Duncan Robinson involved. One of the best shooters in the entire Big Ten last year.
Yeah, and Robinson only has 2 field goal attempts so far. Matthews with 6. So, you know, perhaps we'll see them try to get Robinson more involved. We'll see what Coach Beeline comes up with out of the timeout. And it will be North Florida ball out of the timeout, but I can imagine Michigan's going to come out with something a little different on offense.
You got to play with a huge sense of urgency here. And they've got to get back to playing 2016 to 2017 Wolverines basketball. They've been trying to force it inside a little bit too much. That's not their game. They got to space the floor and get some shots on the perimeter.
Yeah, completely agreed. And as you mentioned before about their offensive efficiency, Wolverines only shooting 28.6% from the field. North Florida shooting 46.7%. So, you know, I mean, that's pretty much what North Florida shot in their previous game. Actually, they shot even better than that. They shot 57.4%. So if you see them kind of stay on this pace, it's going to be tough for Michigan to catch them unless they can start hitting some shots on offense.
100%. You've got another sub. John Teske, the big man, is checked in. He's replacing Wagner. And Isaiah Livers, the freshman, is checked in for, I believe, Duncan Robinson. As you said, Max Matthews still in. And Matthews with the steal. On the drive.
There we
He's
go.
not going to miss this one.
Yeah, so that dunk, that's exactly what you need to get out of the slump. We'll see if they can keep the momentum here coming out of the timeout.
I know it's a 2-foot shot, but just to see the ball go through the basket, that can do the world for a player in terms of his confidence. Let's see if that impacts Matthews going forward. And a great bank shot right there by J.T. Escobar to push the lead back to 7. Simmons bringing the ball up, gives it to Rockman. Swinging it to the corner, Matthews with fake. Jump shot. Way off the mark, barely grazed the rim. Now Escobar's pushing the tempo for the Ospreys.
Yeah, and as you see there, Matthews missing the long jumper. He's 2 of 8 now from the field. You got to wonder if Coach Beeline is going to keep giving him the green light after shooting only 25% on his first 8 shots.
Trip Day lost the handle. His Livers picked it up. Simmons fakes a pass and gives it to Livers. And now Simmons gets it back. Simmons has the top of the key. Livers gives it to Teske. Teske with the throwdown.
So there you go. That's Michigan getting inside. You mentioned that wasn't exactly their game in 2016, 2017, but definitely looking to get closer shots.
Absolutely. Now the Ospreys looking to respond as it's thrown away. Wolverines can try and run it on the fast break. Wide pass by Matthews, but Abdur Rahman's able to stretch and grab it. Teske inside, shot misses, but he's fouled.
I think that's going to be a foul on the floor. I don't know if they're going to give him the shot there.
I think I heard the whistle before.
Yeah, so they're going
So
to...
the Wolverines will inbound from underneath.
This is exactly what you want to see coming out of the timeout, though. Definitely more offensive firepower. They've been focused on feeding Teske down low. He made the slam on the previous possession and then just, again, getting fouled down low, looking to make it happen.
Teske was used very sparingly last year. I think he only played about 4 or 5 minutes a game. It's looking like a huge factor early on. Robinson's got it, swings it to Simmons. Simmons fakes a pass and gives it to Robinson. Now Simmons has it, driving inside, and he's fouled going up. He'll shoot 2.
And the student section finally getting a little involved, coming to life after being virtually silent for the beginning part of the game, and I don't really know why they would have had any reason to be especially loud. Michigan struggling a little bit early, but it looks like they've turned it around here.
But they've got to maintain the success, too. They can't just make one run and then call it.
Yeah, completely agreed there.
This North Florida team's not going to go down fighting, or without a fight. Simmons hits his first free throw. And we have a substitution as E.B. Watson and Mo Wagner will check back in. Teske and Abdur Rahman take a seat. Of course, E.B. Watson's a freshman. What do you think we can expect from him?
I mean, I think with Watson, it's the same as kind of any young swingman, guard forward. You want to see him, his ability to score. You want him to be able to display that.
I think he's a pretty good perimeter shooter. I think he's going to be instrumental in helping space the floor and open up opportunities for guys like Wagner and Robinson, who are a little bit more important on the offensive side of the ball. Speaking of Watson, he's got it in the corner. Takes one dribble and gives it to Robinson. Watson's got it again, and now Wagner's trying to post up. Wagner backs in, gives it to Livers, and Livers missed one of the easiest shots he's going to get all game. I know it's his first game. He's got some jitters, but you can't miss a shot like that, especially when you're trying to make a run. Inside to Minu, blocked by Wagner, showing a little defense there. And he corrals the loose ball. Simmons to Livers, he kicks it to Robinson. Livers gives it to Wagner, and the Wolverines will reset with Simmons at the left wing. Robinson gives it to Simmons. Simmons on the drive, misses. Wagner tips it in, and they're going to call offensive interference. It looked like he was trying to throw a lob to Wagner there.
It did look like he was trying to throw a lob. It hit off the rim. Tough break there for Michigan, but they have managed to cut down this lead a little bit. It's only a 3-point lead now with still 7:45 to go here in the first half, and Michigan definitely trending in the right direction here after that first timeout.
You can see the fire they're playing with. This looks like a whole new Michigan team ever since they called that timeout.
Yeah, and
I don't know what Beeline said, but it's working.
It helps that North Florida hasn't hit any of their shots in the last 2.5 minutes. Obviously, you have to give some credit to this Michigan defense coming up with a couple of key turnovers. And I think that if they can keep that defensive firepower, as I mentioned earlier in the broadcast, turning defense into offense is going to be key in coming back from this admittedly small deficit, but definitely being able to grab that lead back.
Absolutely. And I know that the Wolverines have had an incredible run here on the offensive side, but I think we got to discuss the fact that the Ospreys defense has neutralized one of the best weapons on Michigan's offense, Duncan Robinson. He hasn't been able to get any space to get a shot off.
Yeah, and, I think, kind of the key in this game for North Florida would be to be able to hang with Michigan early, and we've seen they've done that. This is the second game of a back-to-back, and it's especially tough when you're a team from a smaller conference, traveling all the way from Florida to Michigan, and you have to play Michigan State and then Michigan in back-to-back nights. That's a tall order, and as we can see here, North Florida is up to the task.
100%. Of course, for North Florida, I can't say enough about the play of JT Escobar. He's killed the Wolverines all game long, had a 3 earlier, couple possessions ago.
Yeah, Escobar's hit all of his shots so far.
Be a big threat, but he's 3 for 3.
Yeah, 3 for 3, 1 of 1 from long range, adding a rebound. He does have 2 turnovers, but making up for that with 1 steal. He's definitely been instrumental in this game so far for North Florida.
Absolutely, and I know I just said Robinson hasn't been getting many looks on the offensive side, but his defense has been sensational. He has 3 rebounds, helped force a steal early in the game, and he's knocked down a 3 on the offensive end.
Definitely agreed, and his plus-minus is -5 right now. Obviously that's not an entirely individual player stat, but kind of in that vein, I don't really think that tells the whole story about his defense today.
I completely agree, and they were counting on him to become a leader on the defensive side. With the departure of stalwarts like DJ Wilson, he's really risen to the occasion in this first game.
All right, so we're looking to get back into play right here. Both teams have broken their huddles, and it will be North Florida ball on their own end line.
Gande Rosa bringing it up. He's done a great job at orchestrating this offense in the first 12 minutes of game time. Has it here and now gives it up. This is JT Escobar working with it. And Watson comes away with the steal. Watson lays it in. Lost the handle, but he's able to finish.
I was concerned there for a second that we were going to see yet another miss from up close, but Watson managed to keep his composure and finish there at the rim.
Almost had a Sam Decker moment. Wolverines have now cut the lead to 1, and JT Escobar and the Ospreys are looking for an answer. Here's a screen from Horkler. Aminu's got it, guarded by Livers. Cuts baseline and gives it to Escobar. Escobar gives it to Sams, and now Gande Rosa will cut baseline. And a shot clock violation.
There we go. That's the kind of defense you want to see here from Michigan. They have a chance now to grab this lead back.
And sensational defense there by Mo Wagner. He was in his face the entire time, helped force that turnover. Not known as a defensive player, but he made a great play there. Watson will bring it across the timeline for the Wolverines and gets a screen from Wagner. Wagner's got a little space, and he'll get it. Kicks it out to Robinson for 3. Off, rebound, bouncing around. Livers almost had it. Now Robinson gets it. Drive. Counted and a foul.
There we go.
And
Michigan
the Wolverines
has their
have
lead
taken
back.
the lead back. Great hustle by Isaiah Livers, too. Tapping that ball up in the air, getting it to Robinson for that finish. He's really provided a nice spark off the bench for the Wolverines in this first game.
Yeah, and now North Florida going to go ahead and take a 30-second timeout. As we can see, they've completely squandered their lead. They still haven't scored in the last 3 minutes and 44 seconds, and Michigan now on an 8-0 run.
And I think we got to go back to that timeout that Beeline called with about 10 minutes to go. I don't know what we don't know what he said to his team, but we're seeing the old Wolverines show up right now.
Yeah,
They're
Michigan.
moving the ball. 0 points in the last 3 minutes, 44 seconds. And so we saw in the Big Ten tournament, looks like the defense we saw against Louisville in the round of 32. They're playing with the fire that we didn't see in the first 10 minutes.
Yeah, and for sure, I think that part of it has to do with the starters being able to get some rest, coming out for their second shift now on offense, and they've looked like a completely changed unit.
And also, I know everybody was talking about Xavier Simpson as the floor general to watch, but E.B. Watson's been sensational. He's got an assist. He's got a fast break layup. And he's just done a sensational job of running this offense when he's in the game.
Eli Brooks now checked in for Michigan. And North Florida there with a nice save.
Open three is good, and he still hasn't missed. Pardon me, I thought that was somebody else. But Gante Rosa with his first three of the game.
And that ends their scoreless drought and puts them back in the lead. North Florida up 21-20 with about 6 minutes to go here in the first half.
Robinson circles around and gives it to Rockman. Robinson's got it. Jump shot from Matthews. Misses, but Wagner taps it to him. Matthews spinning inside, misses, and the ball hits off of his head. And North Florida will take over. Reminiscent of that game-winning goal in the hockey game last night, but not going in the Wolverines' favor this time. (21-20) the scores. The Wolverines trail the North Florida Ospreys with 5:38 to go. Wagner gets the rebound down low, and now Eli Brooks will look to push. Brooks to Wagner, fakes. Brooks tees up a three, not a shot, and a putback slam by Charles Matthews.
Matthews
He wasn't
bringing
going
the
to miss
energy.
two of those in a row.
Yeah, I mean, I was about to say, there you go, finally converting on another dunk.
And this crowd is electric as Aminu backs inside against Wagner. Escobar's driving in. Beautiful pass to Aminu, but he couldn't hold on, and a jump ball, and I believe this is going to be North Florida. Great hustle by Brooks, though, to try and get that loose ball.
One of the things that may come into play here in a couple minutes, Michigan has only committed one foul thus far. North Florida committing 5. So we'll see how that plays out here at the end of the first half.
Michigan's also a great free throw shooting team. I think you just got to keep pushing it inside and get to the charity stripe in these last 5 minutes. On the drive, shot is off, but there's a foul on, I believe, Mo Wagner. Osborne Blunt will shoot 2 shots here, looking to give the Ospreys the lead back.
At the line is shooting 2 for North Florida, number 10, Osborne Blunt.
Damn. Blunt's first attempt is good, and the game is tied 21-21.
22 up.
22, my bad.
So, yeah, North Florida an opportunity to take the lead here. It's been a little more back and forth so far since Michigan's closed the gap. We'll see if they can close out the second half on the same kind of run that they've had leading up to this.
Eli Brooks is bringing it up for the Wolverines. He brings it across the timeline. Brooks spins by Blunt and now gives it to Rockman and gives it back to Brooks. Rockman thought about the three, but a good closeout. Matthews shoots, and we've got a foul. I believe that's a loose ball foul against North Florida. And it's against Blunt. Wagner who drew it.
No, it'll be Matthews shooting 2.
Matthews wasn't the best free throw shooter in the exhibition game, but let's see if he can convert these here. Short on the first.
Yeah, and Matthews so far 3 of 11. Definitely not the percentage you want to see from the guy who's taken the most field goal attempts on your team by more than double the next guy.
And I don't think that's what anybody expected the Wolverine offense to look like coming in as Matthews misses his second attempt. I thought Wagner was going to be the focal point, but he's only gotten 4 shots. Escobar's got it from the right wing. Wolverines trailing 23-22 as Escobar tries to drive inside. Now a kick to Gandea Rosa. Horkler has it, steps back and gives it to Gandea Rosa. Fakes, three-pointer is good.
And there you go. That's Gandea Rosa again, making Michigan pay for some lackadaisical defense.
And we're seeing his ability as a shot creator there too. Sensational ball fake to get some space. Wolverines need an answer and they need one quick. Matthews with another jump shot, and this time he sinks it. That seems to be his sweet spot. He's hit 3 shots from that left wing.
Yeah, cutting the North Florida lead in half there.
And
then
traveling violation called against
end.
North Florida. And we will head into our final media timeout of the first half.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know about you, but I think if this is going to be the tone for the rest of the game, it's definitely not something that I would consider to be a positive for Michigan. It's been a tight game. As we saw yesterday, Michigan State able to blow out North Florida. The score doesn't tell the entire story, but I don't think Michigan was expecting to have this close of a game thus far with North Florida.
I think even when you play a great team like Michigan State and you lose by 32, playing a team of that high caliber can do a ton for your team. You know that you can, what you can do well and what you can't do well against one of the best teams in the nation. And I hate to say it, but Michigan's not exactly Michigan State. This is a much weaker opponent than the Spartans, and it just looks like North Florida is really adjusting to this competition. And I think they have the success they had that loss against Michigan State to show for it. I got to ask you, do you think that the Wolverines have a chance at making a run in the Big Ten this year? I know it's early.
It is early.
But is this a team that can make a run like they did last year?
You know, I think one of the things about the Big Ten is that as staunch of an opponent as Michigan State is, I really think this conference is pretty wide open. There are a ton of high-quality teams, and over the length of the season, I don't really think you can predict how any one opponent or any one team is going to fare over all the others. You obviously, you have the powerhouses, Michigan State, as usual, at the top of the conference. But even teams like Minnesota, who we haven't really seen as a huge basketball program recently, ranked pretty solidly in the top 20 coming into the season.
15, right?
Yeah. And, I think that given the increase in quality opponents from teams that you don't usually see at the top of the conference, I think that leaves the conference more wide open.
I 100% agree. Even last year, everybody was proclaiming Purdue and Michigan State to be locks to win that conference. They both lost before the semifinals of the Big Ten tournament.
Yeah, we saw Purdue make an early
exit. One of
exit.
the most unpredictable conferences in all of college basketball, and Michigan could win it as an 8 seed. I don't see why they can't do it again this year. Obviously a different team, but the coaching's there with Beeline, and they've got a lot of young talent.
Yeah, I mean, agreed, but I'm hoping, and I think probably you and the rest of Michigan is hoping Michigan doesn't go into the Big Ten tournament as an 8 seed again.
And I think that was one of the biggest robberies of the rankings when they released them. I thought Michigan should have at least been a 5 or 6 seed. But they still made the Sweet 16, and I think they proved their worth with their efforts in the tournament. Let's get back to the game as Rockman misses a runner. Wagner tried to tip it up, and it went off the rim. Gandea Rosa will run it now. Gets a screen from Horkler. Abdul Rahman cuts him off. Now Blunt drives on Brooks, and he slips, and we've got to travel.
Again, good defense there for Michigan, forcing the turnover, and now they'll look to tie it up or even possibly take the lead here. Trailing by 2, it's 26-24 with about 3.5 minutes to play here in the first half.
And we're going to have a substitution here as Xavier Simpson checks in. And Abdur Rahman takes a seat. Great defensive effort from the senior tonight so far.
Yeah, and as you mentioned in the pregame, North Florida, a great team from long range. They're shooting 75% tonight.
I think that's because the Wolverines are kind of overcommitting to the inside game with Horkler and Aminu. Like, yes, they're 2 of their best players, but Michigan has to realize that despite their talent down low, this is a team that likes to stretch the floor and get looks from beyond the arc just like they do. Speaking of looks behind the arc, Robinson left foot fire and hits it. Duncan Robinson with his second triple of the game, and the Wolverines are up 27-26. Great effort by Simpson, too, to run that fast break and get that look. Gandea Rosa goes at Simpson. Simpson flops a little bit. Now Aminu's got it. And an offensive foul. And guess who drew it? It's Duncan Robinson.
Robinson making it happen now.
So
yeah,
far.
I mean, Robinson has been playing extremely well, shooting 3 of 5 from the field, adding 4 boards and an assist in only 15 minutes.
I should just mention the Wolverines are in the bonus now, so the next foul committed by North Florida will land the Wolverines of 1-1.
Yeah, and it definitely helps that Michigan has forced 3 turnovers in the last 2 minutes.
Robinson letting another one fly. Off. Aminu fights for the rebound against Wagner and corrals it. Running up the floor now is Gandea Rosa. Skips it past the Blunt. Blunt on the drive. Beautiful pass, but Horkler couldn't handle it. Michigan takes over.
And North Florida again in a little bit of a scoring drought. No points in the last 2 minutes and change. And we'll have another substitution there. Matthews coming back in. He's taking out Eli Brooks.
And we're seeing a total role reversal. It was the Wolverines playing sloppy on offense to start the first half, and now it's the Ospreys committing turnovers on the offensive end. Wolverines have really clamped down the defensive side. Matthews has it, drives inside, kicks it out. Brooks lining up a triple. He got it.
And that was E.B. Watson.
E.B. Watson, pardon me. Matthews on the assist as Aminu's backing down, now gives it to Horkler. Horkler working on Wagner. Aminu gets a screen, goes right at Wagner, kicks it out. 3-ball from Escobar is good, and he still hasn't missed from 3.
Yeah, Escobar is shooting really well today, 2 of 2 from beyond the arc. And North Florida here has gone to a 1-3-1 defense, a little bit of a different look from them. Michigan has been able to make them pay for it so far, and once again here, Matthews.
Matthews with another jumper.
A nice turnaround Jay there from Matthews. Michigan leading now 32-29 with just over a minute to play.
Another 3.
And that's his first miss of the day.
He had to miss eventually, and there it is. 3-ball misses. But Matthews with the save, and they're saying he stepped out of bounds. By the way, that was Watson on the 3-point attempt.
We'll get a substitution here for North Florida. Brian Coffey, the second, entering for the Ospreys.
32-29, Michigan leads with 47 seconds remaining in the first half here at Crisler Center. You got to imagine that this will be the last possession for North Florida. Coffey gives it to Horkler, who couldn't handle it. Now Gandea Rosa has it. Inside to Aminu. Aminu bumped. Draws the foul, but misses the bank shot. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And, you know, one of the keys here for North Florida has been they are shooting 100% from the charity stripe. Michigan only shooting 60%, and you're hoping that doesn't come back to bite them down the stretch. They do have a 3-point lead, but still 60% is definitely not something to be proud of for this Wolverines team so far here in the first half.
Especially for a team that was one of the best free throw shooting teams in the entire conference last year. Aminu's first attempt is good, and the Ospreys are still shooting 100% from the line as we have another substitution. And it's Trip Day checking in for Noah Horkler. Second attempt upcoming for Aminu. And he misses, but an offensive rebound and a travel. Yeah, Coffey skied in for that offensive board and gave it right back to the Wolverines.
Yeah, Michigan putting the pressure there on Coffey. Looks like they'll hold it here for 1 possession before the end of the half. They lead by 2 right now.
That's the 14th turnover of the first half for North Florida. They've got to be frustrated with all the opportunities they've left on the table.
Yep, and Abdur Rahman checking in.
Wolverines will likely hold for the final shot of the half as Brooks has it, guarded by Coffey.
Coffey putting pressure on Brooks up top, playing some pretty tenacious defense.
We've got a timeout called. John Beeline wants to talk it over with his team before the final play.
Yeah.
As the first half draws to a close, what have you liked from the Wolverines and what have you not liked?
I think it's kind of been a tale of 2 halves of this first half. You saw in the first half prior to that 10-minute timeout that you mentioned by Coach Beeline, they were playing really sloppy on offense. The defense was still solid, but really nothing doing on offense, and I think that they've done a great job at turning that around here.
100%. And I think the biggest spark for this team has been the freshmen. You've seen Watson and Brooks have both had great contributions. Livers has brought some great intensity on the defensive side. This is a team that has a lot of great young guns coming in. They're really showing it tonight. And Charles Matthews, not a freshman, but playing his first game in a Michigan uniform. Despite the shooting percentage, he's had some really big plays for him.
Yeah, I think that overall, whatever Coach Beeline said to them at the halfway mark of this first half, it worked wonders because their offense has completely changed pace here.
I know, obviously, you can just think that you're going to hold for the final shot automatically. You have to take care of the ball here. You can't give them a chance to get a fast break opportunity to end the half. 8 seconds remaining as Abdul Rahman has it. Kicks it to Wagner. Wagner fakes. Swings it. 3-ball. Misses. Wagner on the tip. That misses. And that will end the first half. 32-30. The Wolverines lead. But you would have liked to have that last shot there.
Yeah, for sure. You
Wagner
definitely
with a great look, and he couldn't knock it down.
Definitely like to have that last look. Obviously, going into halftime with the lead is a positive for the Wolverines, especially considering how they started this game off.
Absolutely. Who would you say was the player of the first half for you?
I think you have to give it to Duncan Robinson. He was kind of a difference maker on defense and definitely doing his job on offense, shooting 50% from the field.
Absolutely. Not the first half the Wolverines wanted, but they closed very strong. We're going to go to halftime. I'm Teddy Gutkin.
I'm Max Brill.
Thank you for listening to Michigan Wolverines basketball on WCBN. We'll be right back.
And welcome back, everybody, to Crisler Arena as the Michigan Wolverines lead the North Florida Ospreys 32-30. We've got 2 minutes left here at halftime before Michigan will start with the ball. My name is Chris Pick. I'm here with Brendan Hart. Brendan, what are the keys for the Michigan Wolverines to come back in this really difficult first half against this 1-3-1 zone?
Yeah, exactly. So I think Michigan, really, they're having a tough time finishing in the paint. Mo Wagner, a couple of misses. Charles Matthews, a couple of misses in the paint. Really, Duncan Robinson probably with the most impressive paint showing so far. And in terms of North Florida, you know, people call Ospreys birds of prey.
Mm-hmm.
If they want to beat Michigan tonight, they're going to have to be birds of prey tonight.
Hey!
I think they really honed in on this in the first half, and they're going to have to keep on doing it, but they really need to shoot the three very well from people like Escobar or Gandia Rosa. They need to keep on shooting the three and try to outscore this Michigan team.
You know, ever since John Beilein joined the team 8, 9, 10 years ago, whatever it was, you've always looked at one stat to see how the Michigan Wolverines are playing, and that's the three-point line. 3 of 12, 25% is completely unacceptable. You look at the other side, North Florida, they're not all in on the three-pointer, but they're 4 of 6 from 3. Blunt 2 of 2, and Gandia Rosa 1 of 1. The Wolverines are getting beat on the three-point line, and that's really not where they want to be. Matthews is 5 for 13. He's struggling. The team is shooting 38% overall. But at the end of the day, the Michigan Wolverines have the lead in this one.
I know. It would not seem like that if you watched the first half. But, you know, Michigan, I think if they're, if they're going to want to expand this lead, they're definitely going to have to shoot better, bottom line.
9 lead changes in this one. The Wolverines lead by 2. 15 seconds left. Who's the guy to watch in the second half for the Wolverines?
I think for the Wolverines, it's Charles Matthews. You know, he had an outstanding performance for Grand Valley State. Let's see if he can channel that energy into the second half.
He's played 17 of the 20 minutes. He's got 10 points on 5 of 13, shooting 0 for 1 of 3. And sadly, 0 of 2 from the free throw line. We know he's had his issues in the past the free throw line. We'll see what happens now. Michigan going to come out with Matthews, Simpson, Abdul-Rahman, Wagner, and Robinson. North Florida comes out with Horshire, Aminu, Escobar, Sams, and Gandia Rosa. Escobar, 2 of 3 from 3, 4 of 6 overall. He's been their guy to go to. Number 3 is the guy that if this North Florida team wants to win, it's going to be up to Escobar. 10 points, he's the leading scorer. Gandia Rosa is their star at 9. He's 3 of 4, 2 of 3 from 3. They both have played 16 minutes.
Exactly, and you know the thing is, I'm really impressed by this North Florida team. They're a young team. Only one senior with a scholarship is returning, and I think all the starters right now are all sophomores. So it's really impressive from North Florida, and at the same time, Michigan's a young team too. So let's see if John Beilein can corral these people as we start the second half.
Michigan going right to left, and we're underway. Abdul-Rahman brings it up to Xavier Simpson, as it looks like it's a 2-3 zone for North Florida. They had a 1-3-1 successful. Simpson left wing. Back right wing, Abdul-Rahman 3. Good!
And that is exactly what Michigan wants to see with Muhammad Ali Abdul-Rahman.
Escobar works against Xavier Simpson. He's top of the key, gets it left wing, Horshire. Horshire goes against Wagner. He's not a three-point threat, and Wagner's not going to play him tough. Gandia Rosa brings it in, gets double from Wagner. He'll get inside Horshire, no good. Blocked by, I believe that's Charles Matthews. Gets the ball back. Wagner with the rebounds. Good defensive stand there. Simpson brings it the other way in the right wing. He's gonna go up for the alley-oop. It got blocked by Horshire to Abdul-Rahman. He did get it. He gets it back. Simpson's got it. He's trying to find Matthews. He can't. He goes inside to Wagner, spins left, puts it up, puts it in.
Wow. Already a huge difference from Michigan Wolverines. Defensive rebound on one end, finishing in the paint on the other.
Gandia Rosa pass to Escobar, stolen by Duncan Robinson. They'll go quick. He's looking around to Matthews. Matthews finds Abdul-Rahman at the corner for 3, and he throws it out of bounds. Oh, Abdul-Rahman was open. It's a turnover. North Florida ball.
Yeah, that's another thing. Michigan can exploit North Florida with, last year they had a 0.4 assist to turnover ratio. Michigan just going to try to exploit that, but it seems like North Florida's exploiting Michigan.
Gandia Rosa gets the ball stolen by Xavier Simpson, and it's going to be a foul called on Gandia Rosa. That's going to be his second. Great defense so far in the second half by the Wolverines.
Yeah.
Let's see if North Florida switches to that 1-3-1 zone, which they've been very successful in the first half. Got plenty of turnovers, and it looks like that's exactly what they're doing.
Exactly.
Abdul-Rahman back to Simpson. Wagner's hands are up inside. He wants the ball. He's not going to get it. Left wing to Simpson. Simpson goes inside to Duncan Robinson, right outside the key, puts it up, no good. Horshire with the rebounds. Sams, he's going to go coast to coast, puts it up, no good. Good defense there by Matthews. Duncan Robinson gets the rebound. Up top to a Rockman, it's stolen. That's Horshire. They're going to go in the corner. That's Sams for three. That's good. That's his first three of the night. He's 2 of 5 from the field.
Wow. I think also what Michigan needs to do if they want to beat this 1-3-1 zone is they have to, if they want to, it's a bit difficult with the young team, but they need to exploit transition as Wagner goes up for a jumper.
It's no good. Aminu with the rebound. He's just going to bring it up left to right. Gets it all the way up to Sam. Sam's going to go inside, and he's going to lose the ball. Simpson stripped it. Horshire's got it on the ground, and they're going to call a foul. I'm not sure who they're going to call it on yet. It's going to be on Mo Wagner on the ground. The ball was on the ground. The foul is on Wagner, and with 17:41 to go, Michigan up 4. This is Gandia Rosa. He'll get it from under the basket. 21 on the shot clock. He's going to bring it way out to Aminu, almost stolen by Robinson. Instead, Escobar's going to take it. Top of the wing. Gandia Rosa is going to drive in, puts it up, puts it in. Went right by Simpson. Duncan Robinson did nothing to help.
Not what you want to see from Duncan Robinson. A couple of great charges taken in the first half. Michigan has the ball at top.
It's that tough zone by North Florida Michigan has not figured out. Mo Wagner going to go inside, puts up a little elbow, puts it up, puts it in. Nice right foot goes right by Horkire. And Michigan leads by 4. Gandia Rose is going to work against Duncan Robinson, hands it off to Sams. They're going to be playing in the 2-3 zone, Michigan. And they're going to say Horkire puts it up, no good. A little floater with the right hand, no good. Wagner the rebound. Simpson had it. He lost it. Gains it back. Sams almost stole it. Charles Matthews left wing 3, no good. Duncan Robinson the tip, rebound up, no good. Horkire going to get the rebounds. Horkire, excuse me. Sams has it, going to go all the way off the glass, no good. Wagner the rebound. Robinson going to bring it right to left. Simpson right wing works, gets Aminu, gets it to Wagner, open 3 from the corner, from the top of the key, no good. Matthews the rebound, he's going to draw the foul.
Wow, Michigan already looking like a different team, both on the boards and in the paint. Charles Matthews with a great rebound there. Mo Wagner with a couple of key paint plays along with Duncan Robinson, really exploiting their skill advantage versus North Florida.
Charles Matthews is going to go to the line. We know he's had trouble in the past from the free throw line. He's 0 of 2 today. Bends at the waist, puts it up, no good.
That is 0 for 3 now.
That is 0 for 3. Day is going to come in for Horkler. And for the Wolverines, Duncan Robinson will sit down for Livers. Matthews bends at the knees, puts it up, puts it in, and the Wolverines lead by 5. It's Matthews, Livers, Simmons, Abdur-Rahman, Wagner for the Wolverines, Aminu, Escobar, Sams, Gandia Rosa, and Day for the Ospreys. Sams has the left wing, works against Charles Matthews, gets the switch to Simmons, and it's going to go inside, and it's going to get blocked by Livers. They're going to get the steal. They're going to go right inside to Wagner. Wagner puts up the shot off the wing, good, right in Day's face. Gandia Rosa's got it on the left wing. He's working against Livers. Goes to the right. He gets it out to Day. Day finds Escobar from 3. Good again. My goodness. 3 of 4 from 3. Timeout, North Florida.
Timeout, North Florida.
They're down 4 after that 3. 15:42 to go. Second half, 42-38. Wolverines on top.
Yeah, Sam's right now 3 of 3 from three-pointer. From the 3-point range, really showing the crowd why the Ospreys are birds from prey and birds of Trey. Really though, I think after the break, I really want to see how Simmons can seize this opportunity that he has as the starting point guard. Xavier Simpson, I think John Beilein is wanting to see if he can become a Spike Albrick, essentially. A great distributor, a great gritty defender, someone who can make everyone around him better. So far, Xavier Simpson, a lot of turnover, a decent amount of turnovers compared to, his he has 6 assists, but he also does have 2 turnovers, especially when Michigan could have advanced the lead. And I think Beeline wants Simmons to limit those.
The assist-to-turnover ratio for the Wolverines, 11-7, not at all what you want to be. North Florida, of course, played the number 2 team in the country last night in East Lansing, the Michigan State Spartans. They shot 11 of 29, 38% from 3. That's about average. That's where you want to be. Today they are 6 of 8, and that's the reason they are in this one. Of course, they lost to Michigan State last night, 98-66, a 32-point shellacking in East Lansing, coming off second half of a back-to-back. You rarely see the back-to-backs in college nowadays. You see them in the NBA every now and then, but in college, you almost never see that. North Florida coming up from Florida, playing 2 really good college basketball teams. Obviously, North Florida is probably going to get a ton of money out of it, but nonetheless, this has to be a hard way to start your season against the Spartans and the Wolverines.
Exactly. Well, this is no strange to this North Florida roster and their coach. Back in 2010, the Ospreys, they started to play Pitt, and then they played Florida State. So the coach for Florida State is definitely used to this, and I would have confidence that would get his players ready.
Absolutely. North Florida shooting 44%, 14 of 32. Michigan 40%, 17 of 43. 3-point line, we just mentioned it. North Florida 6 of 8. Hot dog. They're shooting it good. 4 of 5 from the free throw line. Michigan 4 of 15 from 3, 27%. Not where you want to be. And just 58% from the free throw line, 4 of 7.
Yeah.
Simmons comes out as the point guard. Abdur-Rahman, the shooting guard, inside to Livers. Livers had a shot, didn't take it. Finds Charles Matthews for the slam. Oh, nice find there by Livers. And Michigan leads by 6. Gandia Rosa almost turned it over. Gets inside to Day. Puts it up and in over Livers. On the inside, Wagner also there to cover. 48-40. Simpson brings it up. He works against Escobar. Abdur-Rahman on the right wing, back to Simmons on the left wing. Goes inside the paint to Livers. He's going to go inside, finds Wagner, puts it up, no good. He thought he was fouled. He wasn't. He'll go against 3 different guys, and he puts it in. Aminu, Day, and Gandhi Rosa all were on top of him. Wagner anyway puts it in. Michigan up by 6. Aminu goes in. He'll fouled by Mo Wagner. It looked like Wagner went straight up and down with both hands in the air. That's good defensive legal position. It's not going to matter. Wagner is going to get calls. And we're going to have a media timeout with 14:49 to go in the second half. 46-40, Michigan on top of North Florida.
Yeah, I think that last play with Livers passing it to Wagner and then Wagner fighting his way to the basket, that's exactly what you want to see from the Wolverines in order to beat the 1-3-1 zone. Quick passing in the paint, making sure North Florida has a tough time guarding everyone and getting to everyone on time. That's how I think Michigan, and using the 3 ball to spread out that 1-3-1 zone. That's how I think Michigan can definitely run away with this game. But North Florida is definitely hanging in there.
Absolutely. It's been a great defensive showing by North Florida. I'm not sure where they were yesterday. Obviously, Michigan State, let's talk about it. They're the number 2 team in the country. They're a much better team than the Wolverines. We'll see what happens when they face off in East Lansing later on this season. Nonetheless, though, if you're North Florida, the 1-3-1 seems to be working. A big thing about the 1-3-1, a big way to beat it is those corner threes. And Michigan Wolverines have not had those opportunities in the corner. I'm not sure they even have 1 corner 3. Nonetheless, they're 4 of 15 from 3. And unfortunately for the Wolverines, their offense is trying to go inside. And that's not what this team is built on, going inside to Wagner, inside to Duncan Robinson. Who knew he could even play inside? But they're going inside anyway. They're fighting Aminu. They're fighting Day, excuse me. And nonetheless, you saw Mo Wagner put that shot up 1-on-3, and the Wolverines are winning this game in the paint right now, and that's not something you're used to seeing with this young Wolverine team, at least under John Beeline.
Yeah, really kind of a shift in the personnel from this past year, losing essentially one very talented wing in Zach Irvin, another very, very talented guard. in Derek Walton. And I think right now we might be seeing a shift in playing style from these Michigan Wolverines. You know, Mo Wagner, Duncan Robinson, Charles Matthews, all these people are wings or bigs. And they're really the stars of the team. And they're really what Michigan is counting on. Albeit they can definitely shoot the three, Wagner, Matthews, and Robinson. I think Beeline really, you know, if Michigan wants to take the next step, and as we talked about, you know, face the #2 team in the country, Michigan State, and contend for the Big Ten, you know, championship, I think they're going to have to develop their post game. You know, they're going to have to go up against people like Miles Bridges, other Big Ten foes from, you know, like people from Wisconsin. So it's going to be interesting.
Aminu's first free throw is up and good, first of 2. He was 6 of 9 from the line last night against the Spartans. He's 2 of 3 after that one. North Florida just down 5. They're hanging in this one. 4 dribbles with the right hand. Bends at the knees, puts it up and in. And Aminu is going to come out immediately for Horkler. Not Horshire, Horkler. I was not even close on that one. Michigan comes out with Matthews, Livers, Simmons, Abdur-Rahman, and Wagner. North Florida counters with Horkler, Blunt, Sams, Gandhi-Rosa, and Day on the inside. Simmons and Abdur-Rahman on the guards. Left wing inside Wagner. He works against both Horkler and Day. He'll put up a shot anyway, no good. And they're going to call a foul on the floor. I believe that's going to be on Day, and it is. That will be his second. And Michigan is going to have 16 on the clock. 20, excuse me. Abdur-Rahman will be the trigger man under the basket. Horkler will guard him. He's got Charles Matthews in the corner. 3. He didn't take it. He had a shot. Instead gets it into Simmons, and he's going to reset. Simmons finds Abdur-Rahman. 12 on the clock. Back right wing, Abdur-Rahman from Simmons. Back to Simmons. Inside to Wagner. He's got the mismatch. Puts it up. No good. Oh, he had a shot. But Matthews is going to find it. Get the rebound. And step out of bounds. North Florida will have it. 14-18 to go. Down by 4.
Yeah, you know, Michigan, a lot of their shots, they've come off of these turnaround jumpers. And really, I don't think they're the high-quality percentage shots that Beeline wants to have. Let's see if North Florida can score right here and make it a one-possession game.
Gandhi-Rosa out to Horkler. Horkler is going to put it up at the free throw line. He's not. Instead, he's going to get it to Blunt, who loses possession. He gets it back. Works against Abdur-Rahman. Now going to go inside to Day. Works against Matthews. Puts it up with the left hook. No good. Wagner had the rebound. He lost it. And it's going to stay with North Florida. 6 on the shot clock.
Skates on Mo Wagner with some behind-the-back dribbling right there.
Wagner had the rebound. He completely lost it. They're going to have Gandhi-Rosa trigger it in. No one's guarding him on the inside. They're going to find Sams open from the corner 3. No good. Rebound to Wagner, and Day's going to foul him. That's going to be his 3rd. And Duncan Robinson is going to come in for the freshman Isaiah Livers, who has looked fair today. He's looked all right. He has no points. He's only taken 1 shot, but he's got an assist, 2 assists in 6 minutes. Simmons also going to come out. Eli Brooks, the freshman, is going to come in. It'll be Brooks and Abdur-Rahman in the front court. Robinson, Matthews, and Wagner in the back. Brooks will be the point guard. He brings it up, gets it to Charles Matthews, back to Eli Brooks, top of the key. He rolls right, tries to find someone, going to go inside to Wagner, who works. Fake pass outside. Horkler didn't jump, and he's going to get the turnover. Gandhi-Rosa going to go all the way. Nice find to Horkler against Wagner. He's not going to get it. Instead, it's a Sam's 3, and it's good. North Florida just down 1. 13 minutes left, 46-45. What is happening at Crisler Arena? Charles Matthews is open in the corner. He's not going to find it. Brooks tried to find him. Instead, it's going to be a turnover by Sams. They're going to go to the ground, and Wagner is going to land on top of Sams and is going to be called for the foul. That will be his 3rd, and that's a big one for the Wolverines.
Yeah, it looks like John Teske is coming in right now. You know, we might see a shocker here at Crisler tonight. North Florida, you know, they are 3-0 versus NJIT. And Michigan, I believe, did lose to NJIT a couple of years ago. So
good call. That's a good correlation. That's all it is.
You never know.
You never know. Coffee is in for the Ospreys. He's going to be their point guard. Works against Robinson. Finds Sam. Sam's going to go inside. He'll put up a 2 from inside the key, and North Florida has the lead. Oh, Nelly. 47-46. Crisler is silent. I am the only person talking at all. Eli Brooks from midcourt. He'll find Duncan Robinson. Boy, do they need a 3 right now. Back to Brooks, top of the key, inside to Robinson. Teske wants it. It doesn't matter. Brooks, Abdur-Rahman in the corner with 6 on the clock. He's going to go inside. Now he's going to turn around. Jumper, puts it up. No. Teske has a hand on it, and he's going to swat it out of bounds. I'm not sure at all what he was trying to do, because that's what he did. He swatted it out of bounds. Michigan going to call a timeout. 12-16 to go second half. North Florida leads by 1. Michigan hasn't scored in 3 minutes.
Yeah, it's pretty shocking right now. As you said, Crisler Arena is silent. You know, Sam's for North Florida really being the difference maker in these last couple of minutes with a 3-pointer before the media timeout, and now some really good post play, essentially giving North Florida the lead. It's also smelling like a Rosa in here. Gandia Rosa.
There you go. I had no idea what you were doing with that one.
Gandia Rosa really leading this North Florida team, being a distributor that North Florida needs, and also being a very big scoring threat for North Florida that, frankly, Muhammad Ali Abdur-Rahman has no answer to. On Michigan's side, Abdur-Rahman, really not the best showing from him so far. I don't want to say this, but it seems like he's been playing like a ghost out there. You know, with the person with 23 minutes in the game, you really would expect more than just 3 points from him. But, maybe that could change. I think Michigan is just looking for that player that's going to give them that spark that they need. So often in the tournament last year, we always saw this, these 3-pointers that they would get that would lift the team. And so far, we have not seen any of that really throughout this game.
It looks like, based on one game, this might be a different team. This might not be a 3-point shooting team. And, let's just say what it is. This is the first game of the season. There's going to be a lot of rust coming off of, Grand Valley State being the exhibition game. But that's all they've really had to play together. This is a very new team with guys like Matthews, guys like Brooks, Livers, Simmons, and Edie Watson now. That's 5 different guys. So, Michigan will get better. They will shoot the 3 better because that's what they are engineered to do by John Beilein. 4-15. It's one game. Unfortunately, with 12-16, it looks like you are about to get upset by North Florida. Michigan State licking their lips, but nonetheless, it is the first game jitters. And at the end of the day, the Wolverines are the better team. North Florida is on this 7-0 run, but nonetheless, I believe Michigan is the better team. I think they're going to come out on top. But like you said, in the tournament, they've needed that guy. And that guy so many times was either Zach Irvin or Derek Walton Jr. Those guys are gone. We saw Derek Walton earlier today. They unveiled the Big Ten Championship banner. Derek Walton Jr. was here. And it seems like they desperately need him.
I know. They're really just looking for that senior leader that they can turn to. And like you said, it is a very, young team with all these new pieces coming into the fold.
Matthews, Abdur-Rahman, Teske, Robinson, Brooks for the Wolverines. North Florida counters with Lambright for the first time in the game. Aminu, Blunt, Sams, Gandia Rosa. Lambright, corner to Gandia Rosa, no good. He's going to pass it out to Blunt, and that's going to be a 3 from the top of the key, no good. They're going to call a foul on Aminu. And it's interesting to see Lambright in the game right now. This is his first time, and if you're North Florida, I feel like you want to, stick with the guys that have worked. The guys like Sams, Escobar, Gandia Rosa, Aminu, even Coffee. But it's interesting they've gone to Day now. Lambright. Other way, Muhammad Abdur-Rahman's got it. He'll get to corner 3. Charles Matthews once again had it, didn't take it. Nice spin move up and no good. Teske tried to get the rebound. He couldn't. Sams has it. He's running left to right. He tried to go inside to Mino. He gets tipped up by Charles Matthews. Robinson's going to get the rebound, try to get it up to Matthews, who is way ahead of the defense. But they are going to foul Duncan Robinson and bring in a couple subs.
Beilein is very frustrated at the ref right there. Michigan had a wide open breakaway, and the ref called the foul. Good foul by North Florida, though.
And number 3, GT Escobar.
De La Rosa and Sams are out of the game, or Gandia Rosa is out of the game for Sams. Or in the game for Sams, excuse me. Duncan Robinson, corner 3 on the other end. Good! Michigan leads by 2.
And the bench is standing now. Let's see if that shot fires up these Wolverines.
Aminu's got it top of the key. He's on Teske. Now he's going to roll inside, take a bunch of shots, fall to the ground, and they're going to call a foul. Oh, I'm not sure about that one.
I'm not sure about that either. Teske played Aminu straight up, and I don't know. I think Aminu just lost his balance. But he sold it. He sold it pretty well.
All right, maybe the left arm may have gone down just a little bit. I don't hate the call at all. Crisler sure does, but they could tie it here. It's Aminu once again at the line, 6 of 9 yesterday. Today he's 3 of 4, however. Crisler fans getting up, trying to distract. Takes 3 dribbles with the right hand, bends to the knees, goes up, goes in. And they're a point away from tying it. And Austin Davis is going to check in for Teske. Welcome in, Austin Davis, his first of the game. Charles Matthews will come out for Evie Watson. And Davis, not a guy on my radar.
I think Beeline is good. I know. I would not expect him to, touch the floor, especially in this close game. But I think Beeline right now is going deep into his bench. Look at this. Eli Brooks, someone who we didn't think he was going to play a role at all, in the game, and he's been playing a lot.
The free throw rattled in, and it's a tie game. Abdur Rahman works against Blunt. He goes inside to Eli Brooks. Top of the key 3, no good. It looked good. It wasn't, and Evie Watson almost just fouled Lambright going inside. Lambright's now going to roll in left. He's going to find Aminu. Aminu's going to go to the basket, but they're going to call it travel with 10:36. Oh, what a game we've got here at Crisler.
I think people on this Saturday weren't looking for a heart racer, but it definitely is one. It's looking like that Oklahoma State game back in the tournament.
Next North Florida foul will put Michigan at the 1-1. Abdur Rahman has it right wing, finds Brooks. Brooks finds Duncan Robinson in the corner. Back to Brooks. Didn't take the corner 3, got the defender off his feet. Abdur Rahman left wing 3, no good. But they are going to call a foul down low on North Florida. That's going to be on Lambright, his first.
That's what you want to see, though, from Abdur Rahman, getting open, finding the 3. Also I think Charles Matthews, he's out right now, but I think Beeline is sensing he's kind of scared. He's passed on a couple of 3-point shots, and he's driven to the rim, and that has not worked out for him, driving to the rim and trying to lay it in.
Austin Davis will go to the line and shoot 2. Livers is ready to come into the game. Doesn't dribble, puts it up and in on the 1-1, and Michigan retakes the lead.
If you would have told me Austin Davis, Eli Brooks, and Evie Watson were out on the floor in a close game with 10 minutes left versus North Florida, I would have thought that you were crazy.
Second one bounces out. Livers is going to have to stay on the sideline for at least one more possession. Gandia Rosa finds Lambright on the top of the key for 3, no good. Abdur Rahman on the rebound. He's going to hurry. He's at the left wing against Gandia Rosa now. He's going to go inside. Corner 3 by Evie Watson. No good, short. Davis, the rebound, puts it up and in. Are you kidding me? Austin Davis. 2 more points for the Wolverines. Aminu works against Davis. He's going to go inside, spin back out. That's Blunt. Blunt works against Watson, top of the key. He's going to step back, not going to go. Now he's going to go inside against Abdur Rahman. Throws it up and in. The floater, beautiful play. And North Florida's within 1. Horkler and Sam's getting ready to come back in for the Ospreys. Duncan Robinson gets it inside to Evie Watson. Mid-range shot, puts it up and in. Michigan leads by 3. Gandia Rosa works against Brooks. He's going to go all the way below the basket. Sure looked like he stepped out of bounds to me. Instead, he's going to throw it out to Lambright. Lambright can't get to it. It's going to go out of bounds, and it'll be Michigan basketball.
Wow, those were a couple. That last minute was a lot of great back-and-forth basketball. the Wolverines coming out on top, 54-51.
Austin Davis out. Isaiah Livers is in. Davis did exactly what he's supposed to do. For Michigan, it's Livers, Abdul-Rahman, Robinson, Watson, and Brooks. North Florida has Horkler, Escobar, Blunt, Sams, and Gandia Rosa. Eli Brooks, top of the key. He'll try to get it inside Duncan Robinson. It's going to be tipped by Horkler, out of bounds, Michigan ball, with 17 on the shot clock.
Michigan going with a small lineup here. Duncan Robinson and Livers being the biggest players out there, trying to exploit North Florida's zone.
Abdul-Rahman gets it all the way out to Duncan Robinson, 15 on the clock. Robinson, deep right wing three, no good. It's short. Abdul-Rahman gets the rebound, but it looks like he stepped out of bounds, and North Florida will get the ball back.
Duncan Robinson, great three-point shooter, but at the same time, I don't think Beeline wants to see a three that was shot from looks like it was shot from the big house.
I mean, that was a very deep right corner three. Robinson, very good from the wings. We know that, but didn't go in that time. Xavier Simpson ready to come in after the next timeout. Gandia Rosa finds Escobar, right wing, works against Abdul-Rahman, switch to Livers. Back to Gandia Rosa on the left wing, gets it inside. He's at the free throw line, gets it inside to Horkler, puts up the fadeaway, no good on Abdul-Rahman, no good. Gets his own rebound, puts up another fadeaway, no good. E.B. Watson the rebounds. Abdul-Rahman finds Duncan Robinson, left corner three, good! Oh, Duncan Robinson for three, are you kidding me? Michigan leads by 6, Crisler on their feet. Escobar gets Abdul-Rahman off his feet, didn't take the shot. Gandia Rosa going to go all the way inside, and Abdul-Rahman on the block, but he's going to be called for the foul. He doesn't think he fouled him. Neither does Crisler. Wow, that was a close one.
Crisler's furious right now with the ref.
Ooh, it sure, the replay sure looked like that was a real foul, and I'm watching the ref look up right now, and he knows he made a pretty big mistake. There will be a timeout on the floor with 7:54 to go in the second half. Are you kidding me? Michigan 57, North Florida 51.
You know, in the last media timeout, we were saying Michigan needs one person to step up, needs one person to carry them, needs one person to lead the team.
Yes.
We might have found that in Duncan Robinson. 2 huge threes, one in the last possession, putting them up 57-51, and then one a bit before that, essentially breaking the tie and giving them a 2-point lead.
A big 2-possession lead here. Now, North Florida is going to shoot 2 free throws. They're going to get the 2 off the Abdul-Rahman shooting foul. Whether you agree with it or not, it's going to happen. That could put them within 4. It's still going to be a 2-possession game. Under 8 minutes to go. Duncan Robinson looks like he might be the key guy. He's shooting 5 of 11, 4 of 7 from 3. He's made his only free throw. 27 minutes. He's the leader with 15 points. Matthews has 13 on 6 of 16, shooting 0 of 2 from 3, 1 of 4 from the free throw line, which is not what you want to be. And Wagner, the other double-digit scorer for the Wolverines, 6 of 13, shooting 0 of 2 from 3 in 25 minutes, 12 points. And Michigan still 6 of 21 from 3, still under 30%. And more times than not, when the Wolverines are shooting under 30% from 3, they're going to lose the game. Fortunately, this is North Florida. This isn't Michigan State. This isn't Wisconsin or UCLA. This is North Florida. They're still up 6. What do they need to do final 7:54 to get this W? Hang on against North Florida.
Well, I think it's pretty simple. You know, there were a lot of concerns about Mo Wagner when he was going to enter into the draft, whether he could finish at the rim. Tonight, Mo Wagner hasn't been the best at finishing at the rim. So I think if Michigan's going to want to close out North Florida and show Michigan State that they can compete with them, we're going to want to see Wagner, finishing at the rim. Also, if Matthews does get in again, I'm gonna look to see if he can, shoot the ball better. And then finally, I'm really interested to see if Xavier Simpson can be that distributor that, he has been throughout the game. 6 assists, really making everyone else around him looking better. He offers obviously a different look than if you were to put Eli Brooks in there. And yeah, I think that's what Beeline is wanting to see right now from Xavier Simpson.
Gandia Rosa will shoot 2 free throws, whether you like it or not. First free throw is up and good. Michigan does come out with Xavier Simpson, like you said. Abdul-Rahman, E.B. Watson, Mo Wagner, and Duncan Robinson with him as well. North Florida counters with Horkler, Escobar, Sams, Day, and of course, Gandhi Rosa, who will shoot one more. One dribble with the left hand, puts it up, it dribbles out. Wagner gets the rebound. Sams grabs it. It's going to be called for a foul. Wagner had the rebound, and Sams just went up and slapped him.
Sam's right there. I don't know. That was, I think he almost caught Wagner sleeping right there.
Instead, Wagner's going to get a 1-and-1, and Sams 4 fouls. He's their leading scorer with 13.
I know. That's big. Sam's both a threat on the inside and the outside. 4 fouls. Let's see if North Florida's coach is going to keep him in here or not. I say you got to roll the dice. You know, you got to keep the person who's giving Michigan fits in there if you want to stay in this game.
He will stay in. Wagner's going to miss his first free throw. That'll be it. And the lead remains at 5. Sams is in. No subs on that free throw. Gandhi Arosa going to dribble in. He'll dribble right back out, get it out to Escobar on the right wing. He'll roll left against Duncan Robinson. He's going to try to go in all the way. Fake Robinson. It looked like he traveled. No good for Robinson to get to the block. They'll bring it back right to left. They'll go quick. Duncan Robinson goes all the way off the glass and good. It's a 3-possession game.
You'd love to see that from Duncan Robinson, taking it to the paint, not settling for the 3.
Gandhi Rosa inside. Wagner's going to strip him. He's got the ball, and they're going to call a jump ball. It will stay with North Florida. Mo Wagner, great job grabbing the ball away from Gandhi Rosa. He got on the floor, and it's going to stay with North Florida, but the possession arrow will switch to Michigan.
Now, I like for Michigan, though, it seems like they're definitely not sleeping this game. You've already seen Duncan Robinson take a couple charges. Mo Wagner right there getting on the ground, wanting the ball, wanting the win. Let's see what North Florida does on this inbounds.
Well, they've woken up for sure. Gandhi Rosa will trigger it in with 21 on the clock. And Abdul-Rahman's going to steal the ball, but they're going to call a foul. Or they're going to call a push on JT Escobar. Oh, that's huge, and Crisler likes that one. He fell on the ground. It looks like Abdul-Rahman pushed him, but they're going to get it on Escobar. And this will be the last 1-and-1 for Michigan. The next will be 2 free throws.
Yeah, let's see if Michigan can convert on their free throws. 50% from the line.
5 of 10.
Not what you want to see from a John Beilein team.
Dribble 1, 2, 3, 4 with the right hand, puts it up, and it is good. It rattles in. Michigan leads by 8. Aminu's in. Sams is going to sit down with those 4 fouls. He's been their top scorer so far with 13. Abdul-Rahman, 1, 2, 3, 4, dribbles with the right hand, bends to the knees, up and good. It's a 9-point game, and North Florida will try to hurry. 7:18 to go. Gandhi Rosa works against Xavier Simpson on the right wing. Gets it top of the key. Sams is actually still in the game. He works against Duncan Robinson. Aminu's got it. He's going to go all the way inside, and it looked like it got blocked by Mo Wagner. Charles Matthews the rebound. Oh, what a defensive stop. Xavier Simpson finds Duncan Robinson for the slam. It's an 11-point game. The Wolverines are back.
Slamming it.
Great find by Simpson there. It's an 11-point game. The fans are up. Sams will go inside, draw the foul on the floor. That's going to be on Charles Matthews.
Wow. What transition play from Michigan right there. Xavier Simpson doing, I think, what exactly John Beilein wants him to do, and finding Duncan Robinson with the bounce pass. Duncan Robinson slamming it down. Crisler was on their feet for that one.
Michigan 11-1 run in the last 2.5 minutes. North Florida hasn't scored in 3. Hasn't hit a free field goal in 3, excuse me. They'll get it out to Horkler. Out of the out-of-bounds play, Sams has it. He's double-teamed by Charles Matthews. Now Mo Wagner going to wear up. He's going to try to find Horkler. Mo Wagner gets the ball. He's going to lose it again. Escobar will go inside to Horkler, and he'll draw the foul. Oh, it looked like Wagner had the steal, but then he gave it right back up. They went inside, and Horkler is going to shoot 2, as North Florida is now in the bonus.
Yeah, it's a bit unfortunate right there. Michigan, being in North Florida being in the bonus. Michigan with the double bonus almost. But I think also a hallmark of John Beilein's team last year was they didn't foul that much. I think they were one of the lowest fouling teams in the country.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of the case tonight. Definitely, playing smart basketball. but at the same time, you just don't want, with 6 minutes left to be giving these easy points away.
First free throw is good. Second is off the back end. Wagner will get the rebound. Simpson will bring it up, and he will slow down. They can get it to just under 6 minutes as the 1-3-1 zone is back. Abdul-Rahman and Simpson keep passing it to each other on the wings. They'll find Duncan Robinson. He'll go for the reverse layup. No good, but they'll get a foul on Horkler. Robinson wanted the dunk. Instead, he settled for the reverse layup. And Robinson will shoot 2. And you got to wonder, as North Florida, as successful as the 1-3-1 zone was in the first half, what happened to it in the second half? I mean, they've completely lost it. This is the first time I've seen it in at least the last 10 minutes. It was so successful, you got to wonder, why give it up? Why go to the 2-3? Why go to the man-to-man when the 1-3-1 zone is working so well?
I know, exactly. And this is also, a Michigan team that has not played that much together. And throwing a 1-3-1 zone at Michigan is something that it's very hard for teams, if they haven't seen it before, to adjust to.
And they didn't really see it much last year. They have so many new players as Duncan Robinson makes both free throws that hit off the rim and in both times. Michigan up 12. Gandhi Rosa will work against Duncan Robinson on the switch. Horkler on the right wing outside. He'll get it to Escobar. Escobar drives in. He'll put it up off the high glass. No good. Xavier Simpson the rebound, and now Michigan might start piling it on as Simpson finds Charles Matthews, who goes under the basket. Reverse layup is good. And, folks, it's a 14-point game. This one's getting out of hand.
Yeah, I think that's the hallmark of the Michigan team. They can score 20 points on you in 3 minutes, and the opponent is left wondering what just happened. Also for North Florida, something, we got to keep in mind, Escobar was so dominant in the first half. Yes. Really very, silent the second half. I don't think he scored one single point. He currently has 10 points, 4 of 8 from field goal range. Also, Gandhi Rosa, also another key player to this North Florida team. He has not shot the ball that well in the first half. And then also Sam's, the person who has been leading this North Florida team in the second half, he has 4 fouls.
And it looks like Sam's will stay in the game. He is going to be the inbound man. He'll be joined by Horkler, Blunt, Gandhi Rosa, and Aminu. Michigan comes out with Matthews, Wagner, Abdul-Rahman, Robinson, and Xavier Simpson. 5:45 left. Michigan up 14. Fans starting ahead for the exits, and they feel the W. 10 minutes ago, it sure didn't feel that way. Gandhi Rosa on Xavier Simpson, drives to the corner, no good. Drives to the corner. Excuse me, he's going to go for the pass, and it's going to go out of bounds. And it'll go to Michigan. Looked like he was going to shoot. Instead, he went cross-court pass. Didn't go very well, went right out of bounds. It looks like it's the 2-3 zone now by North Florida as Abdul-Rahman and Simpson trade passes. Simpson's going to put up a long left corner 3. Good! Oh, my goodness! That was a deep one. Duncan Robinson took one of those earlier, but that one's going to go in.
Let me tell you, if Xavier Simpson can hit the 3,
watch out.
Watch out. Exactly.
This is Blunt on the right corner, gets a screen from Horkler, didn't really do anything. Aminu's going to put up a 3. Gandhi Rosa, with the 3, no good. Wagner the rebound. Simpson's going to hurry right to left. Now he'll slow down. He'll find Duncan Robinson. Gets a top of the key to Wagner. Wagner's going to put up the 3. That's not going to be close, but Charles Matthews fights for it. Now Abdul-Rahman's got it. He's got 3 men on him. He's trying to get out of there. He'll find it to Wagner. A very ugly play there. Instead, they're going to find Wagner, put it off the glass, and in the N1. I don't know how to broadcast. What just happened?
Yeah, I really, frankly, just don't know what I saw right there. It seemed like, Muhammad Ali Abdul-Rahman was just, the only person fighting against these 2 Florida players. Somehow Wagner gets involved in the mix, and somehow Michigan has the opportunity for an and 1.
Abdul-Rahman had the rebound. There were 3 guys around him, and the ball was trickling between all of them. Wagner just grabbed it, put up a layup in, and he's going to have an and 1 opportunity as we're waiting for Gandhi Rosa to tie his shoe. He's going to do it. Michigan is up 19. They can make it 20 with this free throw, and I think it's fair to say Michigan's going to start this season 1-0.
I think so too. I think so
falls.
too. Exactly. You know, there was some tentative moments there for the first 10 minutes of the second half, but you know, I really think the key factor was Michigan finishing in the paint, Michigan hitting threes. You know, now they're up to I believe 30%, but still they were below that mark.
Slightly above.
Yeah. And you know, North Florida right now, they're on offense.
Sams is in the corner. He's stuck. They're gonna say it was a foul. I'm not sure what they're saying. So Gaudiers was stuck in the corner. He couldn't get out, and they are gonna get a foul on Charles Matthews. Not sure what happened there, but they North Florida's in the bonus. They're gonna shoot a 1-and-1. This is gonna be Sams. This is their best player with 4 fouls. He was stuck in the corner, but he was able to get bailed out by the call. First free throw up and good.
You know, I like what Coach Driscoll here is doing for North Florida. You know, so many times you see coaches taking their, you know, players out when they're in foul trouble.
Yeah.
But, you know, Coach Driscoll seeing the necessity of Sams, leaving it in there, trusting Sams not to get the foul. I think it's a pretty good move. And it's what keeping North Florida, you know, instead of it being a 20-point blowout, being a 30-point blowout.
Which is what Michigan State saw last night. The second free throw is up, and it is good. 73-55, 4:16 to go. Michigan in the double bonus. The Ospreys still have 1 foul left before the double bonus. It's the 1-3-1. I'm not sure how much it's going to matter anymore as Abdur-Rahman finds Xavier Simpson. Back to Abdur-Rahman. He wanted the 3, didn't take it. He's got Duncan Robinson in the corner if he wants it. Instead, Charles Matthews is going to take a mid-range jumper. Good. He's loved that mid-range jumper all around the circle. And he is 7 of 15 shooting today. 8 of 18, excuse me. Horkler's got it top of the key. He's trying to get rid of it. He'll get rid of it to Sams, who works against Duncan Robinson, who'll go inside. He's going to drive in, put up a floater. It's good. Falls to the basket. Wanted the foul. Is not going to get it. Sam's a great play there. 3.5 left. It's an 18-point lead for Michigan. Abdur-Rahman and Simpson trading passes. Now Duncan Robinson in the corner had a 3, didn't take it. Now Charles Matthews in that same corner. He will take the 3. Good! Charles Matthews from 3. He's 1 of 3 now. That's his first in what will hopefully be an illustrious Michigan career. Horkler works inside in the key on Wagner. With the right-hand hook up and good over Wagner. Under 3 to go. It's a 19-point game.
You know, Zach Irvin, Michigan fans know this. He had the quintessential shot at the free throw line, running to the free throw line. We might see Charles Matthews develop his shot with the turnaround jumper, as he has the ball right now.
He almost took one. Instead, he's going to get to Xavier Simpson, left wing. He had it, not going to take it. Now right wing Abdur-Rahman. He's just going to go inside, put up the floater. No good, but Wagner's got the rebound. It's blocked by Horkler. Gets his own rebound, puts it in on 1.
Wow.
It's almost like he missed the shot on purpose so he could get the rebound and get the N1. It's a 21-point game. Wagner can make it 22. 2:33 to go second half. We're at our final media timeout.
You know, Wagner, I might be speculating here, probably a bit too much, but he might be, you know, padding his stats a bit, you know. You know, he sees that, you know, his rebounds are a bit low, and, you know, fake misses the shot and, you know, gets the rebound. I mean, the size advantage is definitely noticeable on that last play. Wagner, I think, 6'11". The tallest North Florida player on the floor right now is 6'8". Wagner, I don't think he had to jump to reach that ball. But he's just dominating the boards right now. And that's honestly what you want to see from this Michigan team. Earlier in the season, they were labeled, last season, they were labeled as soft, DJ Wilson especially. And that really turned around in the NCAA tournament, and that's what got them to the Sweet 16.
Well, folks, I just interrupted you. I apologize.
No worries.
All right. We've never done it before, but I'm going to start it right now. The inaugural WCBN Player of the Game, and we're going to give it to that man, number 13, Mo Wagner out of Germany. He's played 30 minutes. He's got 17 points, 8 of 17 shooting, 0 of 3 from 3, 12 rebounds. Double, and Mo Wagner is your WCBN Player of the Game. That probably won't last because I'm not going to be calling the next game. But nonetheless, we started out with this one. But Mo Wagner, definitely, I mean, he's going to be the stud in this one.
Exactly. You know, we've seen Charles Matthews has his downs first and now his ups. Xavier Simpson was taken out for a while in favor of Eli Brooks and Simmons. And then Duncan Robinson and Muhammad Abdul-Rahman, they kind of went away. But Mo Wagner really being that constant force, that constant person that is you know, I think one thing that John Beilein can take away from this game is the depth that, you know, Michigan has.
Yes.
And the available pieces that they can play if, let's say, Charles Matthews isn't shooting the ball well, if Duncan Robinson isn't doing it either. You know, they have people coming off the bench. I mean, Austin Davis, who would have thought that he would have, you know, scored a couple points in this game?
And he looked pretty good. He had an offensive rebound overall. He made a free throw and got the putback off the glass as Day puts the first one in the start of the 1-and-1. But we saw Poole, we saw Livers, Teske, Davis, and Brooks all off the bench, and they looked good in different ways. I think overall Michigan, like we said, they got the win, but nonetheless, Livers corner three is good, but nonetheless, the Wolverines have a lot to work on. And with under a minute to go, it's 86-53.
Yeah, I also, think last year the freshmen weren't the best in contributing to the team, but this year, John Beeline, he can definitely rely on some of these people to contribute.
E.B. Watson with the steal. He gets it into Livers. He missed a layup earlier, and now he lost the ball on a wide-open layup again.
Livers is frustrated with himself, but he did hit a three the last possession.
He did hit a three, so he's 1 of 2, 1 of 1 from 3. Blunt gets it in the left wing. He works against Poole. He drives top of the key as Michigan. This is going to be the last possession of the game. Lambright's in it. He goes inside. Thought he traveled. I guess he didn't. Blunt's going to roll inside. Gets it to Day. Day back out to Hade. Hade corner three is good. And that is going to be your final score as the Michigan Wolverines will dribble this one out. Your final is Michigan 86, North Florida 66. North Florida will fall to 0-2. Michigan goes to 1-0 on the season. And at the end of the day, Michigan gets the victory. Final thoughts before we head out of here.
I think it's going to be pretty exciting season to be a Wolverine. Michigan coming in with so much talent. Charles Matthews, Mo Wagner, Duncan Robinson, as the crowd in Crisler here sings "Hail to the Victors."
Yes,
that might be what Michigan becomes, a victor of the Big Ten, possibly a victor of the national landscape.
The official WCBN prediction of the NCAA tournament is that the Michigan Wolverines will go undefeated. They'll lose to UCLA in the regular season. It's going to be a really rough one. They will not lose again. Everyone, thank you so much for coming out as the Wolverines beat the North Florida Ospreys 86-66. For Chris Pickler, Brendan Hart, Teddy Gerken, and Max Brill. Sorry, Max. We're going to say good night. Go Blue. We'll see you next time.